Her voice came through the phone like a blade dipped in honey. Sweet, but meant to cut. "You hear me?" she said, laughter muffled behind her. "It's over." Then the giggles sharpened, richer voices chiming in, her friends, women who measured worth in handbags and husbands' credit limits. The rustle of wine glasses, a breathy, cruel snicker. She put me on speaker to humiliate me, to let them watch me bleed. I stared at the quiet living room, the kind of silence that doesn't comfort, only exposes. The clock ticked. My pulse didn't. I imagined her smiling. I imagined their perfect manicures covering their mouths in fake shock. They expected rage, begging, the pathetic crumble of a man blindsided. Instead, "Okay," I said, "I understand." And I hung up. My hand shook once, just once. Then stillness swallowed me whole. Rejection is an interesting thing. It can bruise a man, or it can wake him. I sat there as the cold washed over me, cleansing, clarifying. The world rearranged itself. My heart beat once, heavy, decisive, and something inside me settled into place. She thought she killed me with that moment. She didn't know she just freed me. Humiliation is a slow poison, but some men absorb it, distill it, turn it into something lethal and calm. I replayed the laughter in my head, not painful, educational. Betrayal doesn't shock a man who has lived long enough to recognize the early rot. Her late nights, her sudden perfume at 10 p.m., her business meetings with no calendar invites, her contempt disguised as boredom. Little fractures, hairline cracks in the marriage facade. But this, putting me on speaker for her friends to enjoy, that was not impulsive cruelty. That was a woman who believed she won, that she already traded up, a replacement, a better man in her warped reflection. My wife once whispered promises against my chest, devotion, loyalty, forever. Now she weaponized humiliation, like a bored queen watching peasants fight for her amusement. Her world was shallow, mine was precise. People like her confuse stillness with weakness, confidence with obedience. They never see the storm building behind quiet eyes. And I had stayed quiet too long. That night I sat on the edge of the bed we no longer shared, staring at the ceiling. Silence again, my oldest companion. I didn't grieve, I calculated. I didn't shout, I didn't accuse. I moved like a surgeon opening a chest, steady hands, dead eyes. Phone records first, then the cloud backups she forgot synced to our shared account. Screenshots, hotel receipts, photos she thought she deleted. Every truth sat waiting, bored, wanting me to notice. And I did. A face appeared in the data, a man whose teeth gleamed too perfectly, the kind she admired, manufactured confidence and least success. Of course. I didn't rage, I analyzed. The world misjudges men who stay calm. They think we're broken, weak, accepting. But I wasn't accepting. I was arranging pieces on a board. Strategic silence is the deadliest language. Meanwhile, she kept playing the role, laughing through late-night calls, showing off a freedom she assumed she earned. Soft lies, easy cruelty. Then came the second humiliation attempt, Thanksgiving planning, family group call. Her father asked if I was joining. Before I could answer, she cut in, sweet venom dripping. "If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes." Laughter again, this time from her mother, her sister, cheap entertainment. I didn't respond the way they expected. "Enjoy," I said, flat, lifeless, like a verdict delivered. They mistook emotional detachment for defeat. They were wrong. I had already moved my most valuable asset out of reach. Everything they relied on me for, gone. Quietly, legally, permanently. Revenge is not about fury. It's about shifting gravity and watching someone fall because they forgot the ground could disappear. The next morning, her father called her. I heard his voice through the door, shaking, breathless, furious. "The house! Dear God, what did you just let him do to the house?" Panic flooded her voice. Chairs scraped, feet stumbled, the world she curated started to crack. Because she forgot something important, the house wasn't hers. It was never ours. It was mine, inherited, protected, untouchable. While she posed in front of mirrors and posted filtered life, I structured mine like a fortress. Trusts, titles, documents ironclad as steel. She thought she owned my name. She never touched my foundation. She rushed in, rage trembling in her voice, demanding explanation. I showed her photos. Not of damage, not demolition. My new villa. In Switzerland. Overlooking the mountains like a throne gazing down on a kingdom. I sent those pictures to the family chat, and the notifications began. Her phone rang, once, twice, 10 times, then 71. Her father, mother, friends, cousins, everyone shouting her downfall. She stared at me like I was someone she didn't recognize, because I was. She tried to speak, to apologize, to spin. Desperation looks uglier in a person who only ever practiced arrogance. "You can't just walk away," she whispered. I met her eyes, calm, empty. "You already let me go." Her lips trembled. "I didn't mean." "You meant every second of it." I stepped back, watching her unravel. "You just didn't expect consequences." There was no shouting, no ugly tears from me, just a woman drowning in the silence she once mocked. She grabbed my arm, first time she touched me willingly in months. "I made a mistake." "No," I corrected quietly. "You made a choice. And choices have gravity." She stands now like a ghost in the ruins of her own arrogance, staring at a life she lost before she realized she needed it. I feel nothing. Not victory, not spite, just release. People like her don't break you. They reveal you. And they reveal themselves too. I walked past her, suitcase rolling softly across the floor. My new chapter waiting like a cold sunrise. She whispered, "Will you ever forgive me?" I paused. Not for her, for myself. To acknowledge the moment I stopped belonging to her version of me. "No," I said, "but I thank you." A final breath, a final truth. Losing you showed me my worth. And I left, door closing like the final note of a requiem. Freedom doesn't roar, it exhales, and mine sounded like the quietest, coldest victory in the world.